Hello, welcome to my video today. I want to tell you first of all why I'm in the house and why I'm making this video. I'm in the house because it's snowing. It's October here in Montana. Snowing like crazy outside into the season. It's a sad day. The reason I'm making this video is a while back I did a video, Royal Manufacturing Sluice box doesn't lose gold. And yeah, it lost some gold. And I wasn't real happy with the results, but I kind of, in that video, blamed it on the sluice box. Well, actually, more of my setup than anything else, I believe. So anyway, I just want to share with people what I've learned, what I've done to capture more of the gold that I'm sluicing. I know another person in the comments, another viewer mentioned that he was having the same problem, where he was just running dirt through it just like this, set up, and thought he was losing gold out of it. So I've done quite a bit, and I'll just like to share with you what I've done to catch more of the gold, and it seems to be working pretty good. So first off, let's very first thing I did to improve the gold was replace the inspection mat at the top of the sluice box that it comes with. This is probably, I don't know, 1/32 of an inch. It's really hard to keep the gold in this inspection mat. It just blows it out unless you're running real slow, and then everything else builds up here. So I replaced this with a 1/4 inch deep groove rubber V matting. I replaced it in here, and I actually did the whole sluice box. I'll tear it apart so you can see. I'm not running the sluice box today, but I will put a link in the description so you can see to the videos I've done, so you can see each and every setup that I've done. So do that. So let's tear this thing apart. This deep V matting has helped a ton. So, and as we all know, it depends on what kind of material you're running, on whether or not, you know, which setup you use. So I'll just share what I've done. So this is probably the most versatile sluice box that I've seen, just because you can run it so many different ways. Let's tear this apart. Carpet out. So as you can see, I have ribbed the whole entire sluice box. This works really well if you're running really fine material like beach sand, something like that. I did a video with it running some stuff with some gravel. It worked okay, but all these little grooves get plugged up with little teeny tiny gravel. So anyway, that'll work. But beach sand works really good. It cleans it all out. Depends on your water flow, of course, but that's what I did, and it doesn't affect the sluice box at all. You can put it all back together, run it just like you normally would, with all the matting and with all the carpet, expanded metal and stuff. Works great. Then the other way I run it is if you've got material screened down to say 1/8 of an inch or so, and you don't want all the turbulence and blowing out your gold, I'll simply just run it just like this. Okay, we'll run it just like that. Put the bolts back in here. And you can do this either the stream with the regular sluice or the recirculating head, which I've got holding up the sluice box back here. I do a lot with the recirculating sluice box, but this works real well. You might have to bend these grates down to get them to sit down right, but this works really well if you got a ton of black sand, your material's screened down to like say 1/8 of an inch or less, or 1/4 of an inch. If you don't, and you use you know, bigger classified material, all these plug up with rocks. So then you'll be blowing out your gold too. So then the other way that I run this, put these back in here. As you can see, the ribbed V matting has no effect on this. It's still plenty deep enough. Is I've added some, this is a scrubber mat, gold hog mat. So this works, what I've been doing is putting it in here like this. Just right in between the riffles. I had to cut it down. I tried just straight gold hog matting in the sluice box. I didn't like the way, it's really hard to get it to lay flat. Really hard to keep it in there. I just didn't like the way it was going. So I'll do this and just stick this all in here. And what this does is it creates kind of an eddy right here. And then all the material's got to go up and across these, drops back down. It's got to go back up and go across these, and then back down and out. And I found that these gold hog mats, if it gets past the V matting in this first drop here, it usually gets caught in here. So this has worked super well for me on all kinds of different material and even bigger material. It's worked great. I think if you're going to go 1/2 inch or bigger, I think you're going to have to take these out. I think the flow is not going to carry your rocks up and over as well. That's what I've done. And the other thing I've noticed is I've got this in here wrong now that I can see. Anyway, when you run this, a lot of the gold, the bigger pieces, will end up in here, right along these little edges right here. So it stops a lot of that. Super happy with the way it runs that way. And I just thought I'd share that with you. I hope that helps people, you know, catch some more of their gold. Of course, there's a million variables to it. You know, water flow, speed. With my recirculating sluice box, I found out that more water is better. So I went from a 12,000 gallon per hour pump, or a 1,200 gallon per hour pump, to a 2,000 gallon per hour pump. And that has really saved a lot of the gold and helped me out a lot. I like the way it runs, pushes the lighter material out. Because if you don't, you know, if you just load this all up, your gold's just going right out the top. So anyway, I hope that helps. And like I said, I'll put a link to the videos I've done showing these different setups so you can watch it in action. Then, what's a gold video without showing some of the gold? So this is just some of the gold that we got this year. Super fine fly spec stuff, right to some pretty nice flakes. So I got to get some more of the black sand out of that, so I'll work on that. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps with the sluice box setup and helps you catch some more gold. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. We got a lot more planned for next year, and we'll catch you next time. Bye now.